It's dubbed as the greatest spectacle in racing, and for 1 month out of the year, we all congregate here. Welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it's time for the first race at the Brickyard. It's the now traditional Indy Grand Prix on the road course. Hello everybody, welcome to JB Motorsports. We're gearing up for what is going to be an almighty month of May, and it all starts right here, right now, with the INDYCAR Grand Prix, followed then by the practice session starting on Tuesday for the 500. I'm Joshua Birch, alongside me is Josh Turner. JT, welcome to you. Here we go then, building up the greatest spectacle in racing about to happen, and, well, it's no better place than to start with the 500.
Absolutely, Indy Grand Prix today, and then we get into the proper greatest spectacle of racing, which is the Indianapolis 500. Hello everyone, welcome along, and it's going to be a good race. We had the person who we expected on pole, but we had other people in the top 6 that we didn't expect to be in the top 6. One of them, Louis Foster.
Yep, and just about here, it sounds like you're coming through a laptop rather than your microphone, just to let you know, to come through. Don't know why. But we are gearing up for what is going to be an absolutely almighty weekend. Let's just take a look, though, currently at how we stand coming into this. Alex Palou is on 196 points. He's won the 3 of the opening 4 races. The only one he didn't win was at Long Beach. Christian Lundgaard is in second on 136. Kyle Kirkwood takes 127. Then Pato O'Ward on 108, Scott McLaughlin 105, the same as Felix Rosenquist. Then we go down with Scott Dixon on 104, Colton Hurd at 99, 93 for Will Power. Alexander Rossi rounds out the top 10 on 82 points as well. JT, it's been a storming start for Alex Palou in the championship. He's just taking everybody's breath away.
Is that better?
That's way better. Hello.
Okay, I was too far away from the mic, noted, but I'm worried to put this any further because on this monitor here I've got a pay-per-view live stream which I will probably be slaughtered by if 1 second of it is shown. But yeah, Alex Palou, it's a dream start to the season, and well, I honestly don't think anyone can catch him.
What about even with the 500? Is that going to be anybody's guess?
I think the Indy 500 is so different to anything else we race. Sometimes stuff's carried from the main season to the Indy 500. Yes, it's a points-paying championship race, but it's such a unique, different points-paying championship race that I think he'll have the pace, but I think he won't be alone with that pace.
Let's take a look then at the upcoming schedule. This is just the beginning, really. There's a long championship ahead of us. This is the San Alonso Grand Prix of Indianapolis, and then we've got the 109th running of the Indy 500. That gets underway as well. It's going to be a great, great day. It's race 5 of 17. Then a week off before we go to Detroit on June the 1st. The Bob Morado Automotive Group 500 earlier in the year now, June 15th. Followed then by the Expo Grand Prix at Road America. We'll have track cameras there as well, with new webcams coming in. Then we have the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio, followed by a back-to-back on June 12th and 13th at Iowa Speedway, being a double-header. Then July 20th, we go in for the Indy Toronto race. Grand Prix in Monterey is on the 27th, and then of June, then in July, sorry, and then in August, we wrap up the season with 3 races. Grand Prix of Portland, where Joe Samaniego and the Grid Network team will be trackside. Then the Milwaukee Mile 250, and the Big Music City Grand Prix on an oval as well. So some nice races to end the season, JT, but quite a lot of them, as we know, is a Chip Ganassi and Pato O'Ward strong ground.
Yeah, absolutely. We may go to a Pato O'Ward second half of the season if we've had an Alex Palou first half of the season. But just going back to Pato O'Ward in a moment, we've got Nashville extended to 225 laps. We've had multiple races extended this year of laps. One of them, of course, being Nashville, and we had Long Beach extended as well earlier on in the year. Pato O'Ward
Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Pathway Ward, not they're a good duo until it goes wrong 90% of the time.
Yeah, and sadly 90% of the time it does go wrong to begin with. Pablo says, I'm excited to watch INDYCAR racing as well. Adam's here as well, saying Alex Palou is the driver to beat today, and Salva's here saying, go Alex, and hello. Hello to you all. Let's get out to the grid then and join over with Joseph Newgarden. He's down with the Fox team.
Like the same big event for the Indy 500.
Yes, in a lot of ways. You know, it's just nice being on the grounds here. I try and get up here early so I can spend more nights at the track. It's honestly the coolest part of the job. You get to drive the race car, but you get to live here for 3 weeks. And this is our home. Everyone leaves at night, and it's just us in here. So I love it. It feels like one big event, but this is a momentum builder. You know, we want to have a good day today, feel positive going into qualifying weekend, and then obviously race weekend for the Indy 500. But any win you can get around here, I think is a big deal.
Best start of the season for Joseph Newgarden. He goes off from 6th, trying to go with some momentum into the Indy 500.
And what a result that would be for Joseph Newgarden after what has been a very difficult start to the season. We're going to be racing soon here in Indianapolis.
Okay, let's check in with our co-commentary on Sky with Tom
What's
Gamer.
behind the rules tweak, I hear you say? Well, it's 3 consecutive races, or almost 4, that we've had without a caution. The last time that happened was 1986. So INDYCAR trying to do something a little bit different. The main reason behind the caution-free running is the drivers driving within themselves and the tyre. We've been tyre limited for a lot of the races as opposed to fuel limited, so they've been watching the degradation, getting off the reds or greens as they are on the street courses, and just actually monitoring that black tyre to the end. So something a bit different for this weekend. They're going to evaluate it after the race and then see what we take in to the remaining road and street courses. Of course, it's not viable for the oval, for the big one, the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 that we will have coming up for you in a couple of weeks. And on that point, some exciting news. We've also got practice. That will be shown primarily on the F1 channel. I will release that schedule next week, but we've got pretty much practice 1 to 8 on the Sky Sports F1 channel, then 9 on mix. Qualifying 1 and 2 will be on mix, and then the remaining qualifying sessions also on the Sky Sports F1 session. So that's something exciting to look forward to. Practice starts, of course, on the 13th. They've got practice on the 14th, 15th, 16th and 17th. Qualifying again on the 17th. Practice 10 on the 18th. Qualifying again on the 18th, with practice 11 on the 19th. But I will release that schedule on social media next week. And talking of social media, you can get in touch on X, on BlueSky, on Instagram at Tom Game, or use the Sky INDYCAR hashtag. We've got lots of you messaging in already. Looking forward to this one. And if you've got any questions, if we have a caution, I'll be able to get some of those out. Right, Alex Palou going for the 3-peat. We heard T-Bell say yesterday on the qualifying coverage, all someone needs to do is beat Alex Palou. He has a really comfortable points margin. It's about 60 points now is his margin, as we head back now to IMS for the command and the green flag. We are back, and it is almost time to rock and roll at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So let's take you through from P27 to P1 with a look at the starting grid, sponsored by Sonsio.
Robert Schwartzman, born in Israel, Tel Aviv, racing team Prima Racing.
I'm David Malukas, grown up in Chicago, Illinois, driver of the number 4 with AJ Foyt Racing. I'm Jake Mabel from Louisville, Kentucky, and I drive the number 51 Dale Coyne Honda.
Rinus VK, Hoofddorp, the Netherlands. Number 18 Honda for Dale Coyne Racing.
I'm Callum Wylot, I'm from Cambridge in the UK, and I race for Prema.
Connor Daly from Noblesville, Indiana, and I drive for Juncos Hollinger Racing.
I'm Kyle Kirkwood from Jupiter, Florida, racing for Andretti Global in the number 27 Honda.
Marcus Eriksson, Jumla Sweden, Andretti Global.
Christian Rasmussen, I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark, and I race for Ed Carpenter Racing.
Nolan Siegel, Palo Alto, California, Aaron McLaren.
Stingray Rob, Hayat, Idaho, Juncos Hollinger Racing.
I'm Scott Dixon, driver of the number 9 PNC Bank Honda from Auckland, New Zealand, Chip Ganassi Racing.
Marcus Armstrong, Christchurch, New Zealand, Meyershank Racing.
I'm Christian Lundgaard from Vejle, Denmark, and I race for Aaron McLaren.
I'm Colton Herta from Valencia, California, driver the number 26 Cambridge Honda for Andretti Global.
Felix Rosenqvist, Värnamo, Sweden, Meyershank Racing.
Santino Ferrucci, Woodbury, Connecticut, AJ Foyt Racing.
Hi, I'm Kevin Simpson from the Cayman Islands, racing for Chip Ganassi Racing.
Alexander Rossi, Nevada City, California, Ed Carpenter Racing.
Pato Award, Monterey, Mexico, Aaron McLaren.
Will Power, Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, and I drive for Team Penske.
Joseph Newgarden, Nashville, Tennessee, Team Penske.
Devlin DeFrancesco, Toronto, Ontario, Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing.
Scott McLaughlin, Christchurch, New Zealand, captain of the 33s, driver of the number 3 Team Penske race car.
Louis Foster, Odium, England, Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing.
Graham Rahal, Columbus, Ohio, Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing.
Hello, I'm Alex Palou. I'm from Barcelona, Spain, and I drive the number 10 DHL Honda for Chip Ganassi Racing.
And that is how the 27 drivers of the NTT INDYCAR Series will line up here for the Soncio Grand Prix. Time now to go trackside.
Race fans, it's time to give the command to start the Soncio Grand Prix. Please welcome the CEO of Soncio, David Jones.
On behalf of Soncio Grand Prix, happy Mother's Day. Drivers, start your engine!
What a grid we have for today's race. A generational talent on the P1 spot. A number of drivers with sensational qualifying efforts yesterday as we take a look at Alec Pierce, more used to being on the field of play as the wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts there. Looks to have it all under control, and as he takes to the track, let's take a look at our track preview sponsored by Honda.
And I saw a big smile from Alex Pierce behind the visor. That's because a lap here at Indy on the road course, it's a lot of fun, James. Huge, long straightaway to a massive brake zone, 185 miles an hour. You slam the brakes at the last second all the way down to 64.
This track's all about compromise, T-Bell. How much speed do you take into one corner to set up for the next, like 1-2, like down here at the end of the back straight into turn 7, 180 miles an hour. This S's section is so complex, all about the compromise, left to right, change of direction, but so important for lap time.
And you gotta run the curbs at this place to be fast. Turn 12 at the exit, a lot of curb usage, and at 13 as you lay the power down, wind things up, go through all 6 gears, back to top speed on the front straight. Indy, like nothing else, it's beautiful.
14 turns negotiated in around 1 minute and 10 seconds at full race pace, and an issue for Kiffin Simpson, who had done so brilliantly to qualify in the top 10 for the second race in a row. Can't get it in gear, I'm hearing, and what a shame for him and the whole Ganassi outfit after a brilliant qualifying job once again. Guys, we've been talking about hybrid usage all the way through this season. Really important around this track to utilize it effectively. Let's take a look how it works.
So as you see, the Dallara cutaway car is going to give us a look. Right, we're going to start at the steering wheel. You see the lap deploy. That's registering 0 right now. That means you got to charge that hybrid system. You got to regen. You can do that a couple ways, automatically off the throttle or by pulling that paddle at the back of the wheel. That's going to take energy from the rear tires and feed it into the unit that sits in that bell housing, that yellow shaded section between the engine and the gearbox. Then you see we're up to 100. You hit that hybrid button to deploy that energy. It's about 70 horsepower for about 4.4 seconds at a full pull. You get about 2 full pulls a lap. That disperses that energy out to those rear wheels. Like I said, it's about 70 extra horsepower, T-Bell. That's a fair amount of power.
It's critical. Those thumbs are going to be busy. You've got shifting, adjusting the balance of your race car, using push to pass. These drivers need a PhD these days to operate this, as we see Kevin Simpson and his crew frantically pushing back to their pit box to see if they can troubleshoot his issues.
It's such a shame, guys, because he was quick all through practice, was quick in qualifying. And as a young driver, man, it hurts so bad to have a great start taken away from you.
Yeah, it really does. And now the atmosphere building as we get ready for the 85 laps and the cars out there on the parade lap. As we are building up to the start of this one. The tension is rising, the atmosphere is building.
To me right now, it's been a weekend filled with a few teething problems. However, they're very optimistic with what they're going to do through the race. They're the team that I'm watching right now, Georgia.
Jack, who I'm watching, Scott Dixon, he starts in the 16th position, but don't count them out because he's won this race from the 15th position. And something that I believe he's going to be using today to work his way through the field, experience. Today he ties Mario Andretti's all-time starts record at 407. So look for Scott to be using experience working his way through the field. Kevin.
There are new Firestone tire rules this weekend. Every car must use 2 sets of the hards, 2 sets of the softs instead of 1. So it must be a 3-stopper, and teams would prefer to run the softs here for 3 stints, but they can't. 7 of the top 8 starters are on the softs, but Graham Rahal and Louis Foster are the only ones in that group on new softs, and it's their only new set. So they really need to take advantage early.
They really do, as they come into it as well. I'm getting the 1 signal, 1 to go from JT then, as that is Joseph Newgarden coming down the pit lane, JT. That's not a great sign for the man who's won here as well back in 2020.
Yeah, absolutely not a good sign at all, as 1 to go being called from the flag stand and, well, to the rear. I'm guessing that was Joseph Newgarden as well. 1 car, I believe, didn't get going, and I want to say it was a pink and blue car.
It was Kiffin Simpson.
I wanted to say Simpson, but I didn't want to say Simpson just in case I was wrong.
Simpson! So we will be ready then. 85 laps ahead of us for the Sancio Grand Prix here. Palou's won it in 24, Dixon 23, and Palou won it again then. Rossi in 22 with Herta, Power in 21 with VK, Palou again in 2020 along with Newgarden and Power. Pagenaud, the only driver on the grid who isn't here today, who has won here before. Then Power doubled up 18 and 17 and then in 15 as well. We're gearing up then for what is going to be an all-timer on this one as the tail end line up. JT, green flag time, this could be good.
Yeah, absolutely going to be good indeed as we are getting ready for the start of the Indy Grand Prix.
Rev up then, all set to go. Buckle yourself in from the 10th of May all the way until the end. Welcome to what is one of the greatest spectacles in racing. And we are not going green this time by. We have a full course caution.
What? We did definitely get 1 to go.
We definitely did. So is this the first caution? It is lap 1. So is this the first caution then since the opener? Because we've gone full course yellow. So what has happened? The field is not bunched up. The field was not bunched up. Newgarden was not at the back. So it is a full course caution for the first time since St. Petersburg. Okay. The time has started, JT. This is part of the race.
Yeah. But we do officially have a yellow, and the first yellow since St. Petersburg has been confirmed.
Here we go then. So Alex Palou leads on 197 points. Christian Lundgaard is 61 back, followed by Kirkwood on 70 back. So this race will actually start lap 2 of 85. And this was the reason that we under yellow. Okay, so they weren't up into temperature. Now we are. They're in the right order. So NASCAR calling this an unofficial caution. It's an extra formation lap to a delayed start. So now we are going to get the green flag to start the month of May. Are you ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Let's kick off IndyCar celebrating the month of May, shall we? Out of the last corner, run it to the line. Palou from Rahal, Foster followed in with McLaughlin and Devlin DiFrancesco. The Soncio Indianapolis Grand Prix to start the month of May is under starters' orders. We come out of the last corner, we watch, and the green flag is in the air, and the month of May is underway. Palou's immediately got the advantage down towards turn 1. Rahal's getting back up from his teammate. Devlin DiFrancesco tried to do what he did last year, but he's been blocked off by Louis Foster. Rahal takes the lead of the race on Palou into turn 1, and we all get through cleanly. There is no yellow flag this time by, but into the lead has gone Graham Rahal, and again, Palou just couldn't do anything. That outside line, JT, was so much more powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've seen before, that outside line being much more powerful. Devlin DiFrancesco a couple of weeks ago showing that, and very interestingly, I believe they had a safety truck following them on that start, because I've just seen a safety truck go quite fast around the oval, so you can see it on the backstretch there.
Yes,
I think they have a I do think they have a safety truck following them on lap 1 here.
Colton Herta has dived into the pit lane. So Colton Herta is into the pit lane. Not sure what's happened there, but the man who won here back in 2022 at the Indianapolis Grand Prix.
Spin up.
And let's just be, there we go. There's, the spinners in the back. Are we going to go full course yellow? Herta's down to the pit lane. It's Callum Ilott, Kiffin Simpson, JT, who's involved. Well, Kiffin Simpson on there, so it's Callum Ilott who's involved.
Yeah, 2 spinners involved in that, as you see, as you said. We had Colton Herta coming down pit lane, and that is up the inside. Patrick Ward of Scott McLaughlin locks up, and Scott McLaughlin keeps that position.
Yeah, O'Ward's going to try and have an advantage down and now, down towards turn 6 and 7 for the back straightaway as they come through. IndyCar really enjoying themselves here at the Brickyard on the road course. Already a spinner, that's more action than we've seen in the past 4 Grand Prix, where we've had no yellows. O'Ward's looking very racy indeed as they come down the Boulevard Avenue into the braking zone. He can't get on the inside there, but is making moves. That's the other McLaren under attack. And meantime, on the inside there, that's going to be the 4 of David Malukas getting ahead now of the 28 of Marcus Ericsson.
Yeah, absolutely. As well, that's one way of identifying a McLaren. You've got a yellow front wing on a McLaren. That's good from the spotters and the team there, so we can actually identify it of the number 6 of Nolan Siegel, I do believe, as I've just tangled my headphone cable, so hold on.
I don't think Nolan's called Roland there, but I like what he did. Look at that, Herta's got a lap down now, and he's going to come out right in the middle of everybody else. So Colton Herta with problems on the opening few laps here. You've completely done your cable.
Look at the state of that.
Just give it a good pull, it might come undone. As Rahal then leads this race. Nicely done. So it is lap 4 of 86. Hey, JT, guess what? Look. They fixed their timing tower. Well done, Fox. It only took you to the month of May. They fixed their timing tower. They must have heard what we said. Right, Herta is last. Go on.
Just had a flash in yellow on my screen, but it's the NASCAR timing page, not the IndyCar, so we're safe for now.
This is the reason for the almost yellow, and there was the contact, and spinning round like a bottle top went Callum Ilott, and he made contact with Jacob Abel. So now it's on board with Herta. And you can see Siegel going through. Oh, and Siegel clipped his front wing. Herta noticed that immediately. I think he also kind of understeered into the pit lane. Look at Pato O'Ward looking very racy indeed, looking to the inside line now over the line to try and get ahead. This is him defending actually as well from the back of that's not, I'm going to hold my tongue there. Yeah, that's Herta getting out of the way, yeah. Herta was almost racing him on the straight, but he's a lap down. Power's in there too.
Yeah, Colton Herta a lap down, Callum Ilott multiple laps down, and Kevin Simpson yet to start this race. He's still in pit road. I don't know if he will start this race or not as we jump on board with Joseph Newgarden for a moment. But here comes Will Power down the inside of lap car, Colton Herta.
Yeah, Herta needs to get out of the way quick. And there is contact as they see the 20 of Alexander Rossi battling hard as well with Felix Rosenquist over 8th and 9th positions respectively. This is Power and Herta. Herta's in 25th. Ray Hall's just at the fast lap of the race then on a 1:12.457. Trying to look, Ray Hall's never won here, but he did start on pole position in 2023's the Group Grand Prix at the end of the year when we had a double header here. But his best finish was second twice, 2020 and 2023. Oh, and 2015 here. So there you go.
As heading over the yard of bricks now, down towards turn 1 goes the field, and the battle still raging on of Felix Rosenquist and Alexander Rossi. Rossi in 8th, Rosenquist in 9th as we look at the second half of the field on the timing screen, and dropping down. Stingray Rob, that's a timing issue and a transponder issue as he gains his position back. But Colton Herta is right in the middle of this, a lap down.
Yeah, and that lap car traffic, he's going to be hoping for a full course yellow to get back on the lead lap when everyone else has to box. So far, he's not getting that wish, unfortunately, as the racing action continues here in the month of May. Quick down to pit lane, Georgia.
Because they have...
Oh, no, that's not Georgia. That is very much Tom Gatemore. Tom, don't come at me for that one, sorry, mate. To come through. Who is the favourite for the win? Definitely Alex Palou. He's won 3 of the opening 4 races. And basically, he's got a 67 point lead in the championship. But Ray Hall's coming as a bit of a surprise here. As for once this year, this race is actually giving us some action in IndyCar. A Seagull lining up the back of Santino Ferrucci, who had a blow-up this morning in warm-up. The engine failed. He was able to get it repaired and take his original grid position.
Yeah, absolutely, as we head through turns 1 and 2, but just come up on my race control messages. Callum Ilott has exited the pit lane after his incident on the first lap, so he is, well, he's 4 laps down, but he'll be able to get vital track time for the Freeman team, as up the inside, Nolan Siegel, that is making the move on Santino Ferrucci.
Yeah, you can see on the starting tyres, the top 3 were on the alternative. In fact, on the alternative was Palou, Ray Hall and Foster, Di Francesco, Newgarden, Power, O'Ward, Siegel, Rasmussen, Ericsson, Abel, Lucas. They all started on the red alternatives. The black primaries were everybody else. If you're watching the monitors, and Marcus Ericsson, JT, is filing down pit road from 19th position. Now, we have got to explain.
Pits.
You must use, in this race, 2... Oh, and that is the 28 of St. Marcus Ericsson in the grass before coming into the pit lane. So he's gone for a spin and comes down pit road as Dixon looks up the inside of Santino Ferrucci and makes the move in towards turn number 1.
Yeah, the last move correction, that was Christian Lundgaard making the move, not Nolan Siegel making the move on Santino Ferrucci. Half a lap ago, but Marcus Ericsson off the track and done the exact same as Callum Ilott around the same part of the circuit, just didn't, I don't think, got a helping hand. We've yet to see a replay, but around the same part of the circuit and has come down into the pits. So must be an issue on their lap 8 of 85.
On board with the Cambridge car of Colton Herta, radio.
We are where we are right now. And they don't even know what to do, you just run flat out. Just riding along, with them.
Interesting, yeah. So Ray Hall just says just make the best of it, what you've got, go for it, and go racing. Johnny wants to know, is Tom joining us from Brands Hatch tomorrow for the touring cars? That's the plan for all 3 touring car races, and then the support action as well. he will be with the international feed as Ferrucci's getting swapped over again down to the braking zone by Marcus Armstrong, and a lot of dive bombs in the first corner. I'm amazed, JT, we got through the first corner without any contact. That is so unusual, and it's actually turn 12 that's causing more drama, as Ericsson got a little tap from the back of the floor.
So it did get a helping hand then. So, well, the exact same as Callum Ilott, just less cars involved, because Callum Ilott's into 2 cars went spinning round. Only 1 car went spinning round on this one, but back into the pits for Marcus Ericsson, as Christian Rasmussen has a move on Santino Ferrucci.
He did well not to stall it there. He did really, really well not to stall it, so that was a bit well. What are you laughing at?
They're doing the podium presentation for the final, and the winner very nearly tipped the whole podium over and knocked all the drivers off.
That was Ferrucci. Ferrucci going wide at the turn 15 section. That's going to leave himself vulnerable now to Nolan Siegel as we come down the start-finish straight towards turn number 1. Siegel pulls to the inside line. Ferrucci can't do anything about it. Meantime, further back as well, there's more action as we now see Malukas trying to go right round the outside of Joseph Newgarden. Newgarden will have that inside line to defend hard, and that is over 19th position. Sorry, a lot of drama there, JT, but that sounds quite interesting, though, what's happening with your stream in the background inside. But yeah, Tom is joining the touring car commentary team this year when he can make it, and will be mainly at the trackside coverage of things alongside myself and JT. So that's how he's going to be with us this season in the touring car action as well, alongside Formula 1.
Yeah, absolutely. As Graham Rahal still keeping the lead ahead of Alex Palou, Devlin Di Francesco, Louis Foster, Scott McLaughlin on top 5. Good to see Devlin Di Francesco and especially Louis Foster keeping their places at the front. That is, I believe, Newgarden making a move down the inside, but he went wide, and that has allowed Stingray Rob to come back round the outside, but not able to take the position, but will be able to get in the slipstream down the front stretch.
Yeah, so Newgarden will have the advantage being in front, and he's going to use a bit of push to pass Power as they come down in towards turn 1. Stingray Rob under there as well, and now we're seeing that's the 27 passing the inside line as well. It's all going on right now in the first corner as we try and keep an eye on where's where. Stingray Rob into attack with David Malukas as well, trying to attack at the same time as Kirkwood got ahead of Santino Ferrucci in towards that first corner. And now this race is providing us with a lot of intrigue and action. We haven't even got to the first pit stop yet. Big slide coming from the 77 of Stingray Rob, and now we're going to really see if Malukas can capitalise. He thinks about the inside line to the braking zone for turn 10. Nothing there, I'm afraid.
Did they have that bridge camera up there for when NASCAR had the curb incident? Because that must have been a very interesting angle if they did.
I don't think they did. I think that's new, but I would love to see it if that was there at the time. Who did that race? NBC. This is a Fox production. Probably not.
Yeah.
So that's a shame. But I'm just delighted that after 4 weekends, Fox have finally fixed their timing counter to correctly do it. Johnny's asking you, JT, who do you want to see win the NASCAR race this weekend, tomorrow?
I've got, for my Good Network pickle winner, I've got Carl Larson.
Good pick, yeah. I'm waiting to see what qualifying brings, but I was thinking the Larson or Byron. Byron goes well at these type of circuits, so there's 2 different things on both. We're calling that one tomorrow. Are you with us for that? I can't remember. No, you're in IMSA. But are you on the second setup?
Maybe.
Let's hope. Otherwise it'll just be me and Jack, and we might shoot ourselves without a third referee.
Marcus Ericsson's just left the pit, so he's back out on track 4 laps down. So Callum Ilott pitted after his incident, came out 4 laps down. Marcus Ericsson 4 laps now, 6 laps since the time screen update, so maybe not that similar as I thought.
So on board with Newgarden, the top 5 still Rahal, Palou, Di Francesco, Foster and McLaughlin. That is still 3. All 3 of the Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan racing cars are up there as well. RLL doing amazingly, as they always seem to at this circuit. That's maybe because Lanigan is here this weekend as well. We saw him on the grid.
What happened last time, Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing did well here at Indy Road Course, where it all went to absolute carnage at the Indy 500.
Yeah, Rahal getting bumped and had to go to a different team after his team... Oh, big snap from Newgarden, taking the curb through 7 and 8 and almost locking the rear. Newgarden is pushing like absolute crazy right now as we cut on board now to Stingray Rob.
On board with Stingray Rob, as you say, going through the second half of the lap, down at 9, 10, 11 into 12 now, and out towards back on the oval before we cut back in to the infield section on the inside of oval turn 1, and then down the front stretch across the yard of bricks the other way to the oval, and then back down in towards turn 1 once more.
So Kiffin Simpson, who should have started 10th in this race, is now last in the pit lane. He's 13 laps down, about to become 14, but he is not going to start this race. If he does get out, it's just going to be for testing. You just seen Stingray Rob put his hand out from the cockpit there. That was not
as Stingray Rob has his hand above. There's massive lag.
That was weird. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That was weird. I got that too. You were talking. There's no mouth moving.
You started talking like 10 seconds after I started mentioning the hand movement.
Oh, when you listen back on the YouTube stream, we did it at exactly the same time. Yeah, that was a bit weird. Okay. Lag. Discord not being our favourite today after it kicked poor Omi out early on in the broadcast during the coverage. I agree with what you're saying, Johnny. So, 15 of 85. Now, the tyre rules I was trying to say earlier on that are new here this weekend. You must use both 2 sets of the red alternative and 2 sets of the black primary during this race. So we're mandating 4 pit stops. That's because the tyres have been so strong throughout the season so far, JT. We've only been seeing 2 stop races, and that is not helping with the racing, it's not helping with a lack of cautions, and we're having very much processional racing. So basically, what we're doing here at Indy is what Formula 1's going to do with Monaco in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, but we had the rule of both tyre compounds. Here is the first of the green flag pit stops, and that is for the number 18 of Venus VK, who comes down pit road. Another team getting ready down there as well. So the first of 4 green flag pit stops on lap 15 of 85. But as I was saying, included in the set of rules is they must use both compound tyres, and they must do at least 2 green flag, not caution laps, green flag laps on those tyres. So Carl Kirkwood and Santino Frucci were the teams getting ready in 15th and 16th. They drop down the order as they head to pit road.
Let's go down to Georgia.
The issue was?
I don't know what it was. It was, something broke, obviously. We lost power, and we don't know what it was yet, so there's something big because we just lost power. Really from the start, it felt like we were low on power, so I don't know, something was going on, and then it just blew up, so we need to figure out what happened there.
Thanks.
Santino Ferrucci's coming down pit lane now as well, alongside Kyle Kirkwood in the green flag pit stops. They want the black alternatives. They're changing over now.
Morning also missed a lot of practice time with a clutch issue, so he said we didn't even have time to put it back up on the setup pad, hoping it got put back together. That's probably why he lost some spots early. He did think the car would be good on the softs. That's what he's on now.
Yeah, so Ferrucci goes over the softs, but JT, brilliant work by the 27 pit crew. They've jumped Ferrucci in the pit lane.
Yeah, great work as we have Lundgaard heading down towards pit road now. The first of the McLarens to come down pit road. And also Stingray Rob, who's been involved in the action, is heading down. But Juncos are double stacking because Connor Daly is coming as well. So 2 different pit boxes, same team, 2 different cars. And both Juncos cars are heading down pit road. Up the inside, that was Patro Ward defending from the 45 of Louis Foster, and Louis Foster drops out of the top 5.
So Award moves up. Schwartzman as well is getting in the action. as him and Lundgaard are coming into pit lane as well, coming through. Okay.
For the rookie of INDYCAR, 17 laps inside the top 5.
That's Palou leading!
Isn't bad.
Palou's gone round the outside of Rahal down into turn 7. Alex Palou has retaken the lead of the race down Boulevard Avenue, and he's got through, and he's taken Graham Rahal's position. Well, that was a surprise. No, hang on.
That's Devil Indy Francesco behind him.
It's the same livery. I hate this in the Rahal ladder. And we're not used to having so many in the multi.
They're completely different.
No, but they've swapped over because Graham was in that livery last week in Alabama. Yeah. So my brain's gone from one to the other. Look, there's the other, there's Rahal. He's in a slightly tweaked livery for this one, but they've swapped liveries because that was where Rahal was last weekend. So it's Palou battling from Devil Indy Francesco. Right, we're with you now. Jesus, this is getting bad. Literally, I'm with you. Can we just have normal liveries, please? Can we stop changing the livery every week? It drives me potty. Just stick with it. Devil Indy Francesco's on push to pass of Alex Palou coming down in towards turn 10. He's thinking about a move on the inside. Palou's got that covered though. Rahal leads by 4 seconds. I was wondering why, for a split second, that Rahal was so far back and how Palou managed to do that, because the gap was massive. But now we know it's the wrong livery. Devil Indy Francesco's really strong here though. He's come out of the pit lane more. Palou's in. JT, Palou's into the pit lane. Right, let's go down pit road then and get all the action. Just come out. It's Power and Rosenquist and Rasmussen. And they all come in. Abel, Dixon, Rossi, Foster, Herta all leaving the pit lane as more drama and intrigue is going to happen when we get our first pit stops.
Before those stops, looking like the undercut is the preferential option.
And guys, before you know it, look who's coming. Scott Dixon. Slowly but surely,
but
making some moves.
Alex Palou, you see him there in the pit lane. This is going to be a big one. And Jackie's coming to you now.
He is. The team have got a U set of the black, harder primary tyre. What's really interesting about this, James, love you to expand on it, he's essentially getting out now his 2 worst tyres. He started on the used red. He's going to use blacks. What do you think that means for him strategy later in the race?
Look, I think, starting on the reds was a smart move when you're in traffic, when you're on those first few laps. That's the easiest time to gain and lose. You wanted that extra grip. I think they're going to save their last set of reds, which is a brand new set, for the end of the race. Let's get these 2 hard stints out in the middle here and save your best tires progressively for later in the race as we get closer to the end.
There was a slight delay on letting Alex Palou go. Not sure it's enough to make an almighty difference in this contest, but you never know. You never know. Rahal now leads from his teammate De Francesco. Scott McLaughlin is 3rd, O'Ward is 4th, then it's Armstrong, Palou, Siegel, Power, Malukas and Rosenquist. As in now comes Devlin De Francesco from 2nd.
Yeah, JT, now the action's closing up again.
Yeah, absolutely. As here is Devlin De Francesco coming down into pit road. And Patro O'Ward as well. Robert Schwartzman also behind it for Framer coming down pit road. Good stop on the marks for Patro Ward.
Yeah, more time needed. Georgia.
The primaries are better than he thought. A little bobble exiting pit lane, not too bad though for Aaron McLaren.
So let's see.
Right, I'm going to get Fox's director and beat the living daylights out of them, because I'm getting told in my ear, Georgia, and it's Kevin, and then I go down to Kevin, and it's Jack Harvey. It's like, just do one thing right, you muppets! Several things I'm hearing in my ears now. It's getting confusing. I don't know if there's a communication issue or whatever, but come on, use your big glasses eyes. Come on, use them and tell people who's where. It's really unprofessional. And then it makes everybody look foolish. I bet Will's doing the same thing because we're getting told the same things because I've got their production in my ear. Oh, right, up the inside. That's Herta trying to get laps back. There, look, now, JT, look at the screen. Look, do you see why I'm making the same errors? Look at the liveries. They've just repainted the side pods on Rahal's this weekend. But the same front and rear bodywork is exactly the same. Do you know what I mean?
They're completely
Right, don't you shout that. They are not completely different. The side pods are different, that's it. Down braking. You can see how much he's got. 74% of hybrid power coming in right now. Don't make me get the touch screen up and show you the two liveries side by side and see why. Rahul's pitting, leaders in. Now he's got, and so is Scott McLaughlin. So we need to look at where Alex Palou is. He's 40 seconds behind Rahul. And might not be enough. Oh, contacted to 1. The 45 running off to 7 into turn number 1. And that is Louis Foster and Christian Lundgaard, and that's left himself vulnerable now to Alexander Rossi, who's trying to look round the outside into the first 2-3 corners, and nothing's happening. Okay, better and better as this race goes on. So Marcus Armstrong has taken the lead of the race. Georgia.
Tires, they're going to fill it up with down the way.
Interesting. So from...
Yay! They actually told us the right name for once. Right, I was sceptical. Jack.
Said it's a pretty nice start for you. Just on that lap before he pit, he was the fastest car on track by quite a healthy margin. They were considering a front wing change, slight bobble there, but down pit lane he goes.
Wonderful action then so far. Rahul will come out. We need to find where Palou is. There's Palou! There's Palou! Into the braking zone for turn number 1. It's going to be so close. Palou will have the entry, but Rahul's going to be on slower tyres. So Palou will take effective second position here. And now the action's really going to begin, JT, because that was crucial for Rahul to get out ahead of Palou and to beat him.
Yeah, absolutely he has, but with Palou's tyres warmed up, he'll be able to catch him up. That was, look at all of the rubber coming off of Rahul's tyres.
They're new. They are new. That is insane how much is coming off them already as they come into the braking zone then. Down the avenue. Armstrong's into the pit lane, JT.
Yeah, Marcus Armstrong, our current leader, down into pit road, so that will put Scott McLaughlin in the lead unless if he pits as well, which I don't believe he has.
Right, let's check in with Tom Gatemore, shall we?
After that first throw of pit stops, Graham Rahal ahead of Palou. They're on a similar tyre, albeit Alex Palou is on the used black tyre, and Graham Rahal is on the new, the sticker black. But as we know, what makes Alex Palou so good is his black tyre pace. That is his special trick, if you like, as Scott McLaughlin goes very defensive into turn 1, and well he might, because he's got Devlin Di Francesco all over the back of his Team Penske machine. And
right, you're not getting away with this. Hang on, sorry, you're not getting away with this. I can't get Rahal's car on the screen. That's really annoying. Just give me a minute.
On the sticker blacks with his hands full in the mirrors. He has the championship leader, the one driver that can do very, very special things on these black primary tyres. That, as we've seen in years gone by, Scott Dixon being the master of the fuel save, Alex Palou is the master of the black tyre. If Graham Rahal can hold him off now, then, and he's mirror to mirror on the...
Right, just for a second, I'm going to go full screen on the map book here, which means that you're going to see JT, so be prepared. Where is it? I need to find this screen. I don't think I've got one. That's really bizarre. I thought we did. Oh, there we go. Right, here we go. Right, there you go.
This is where JB is going to leak stuff which he shouldn't.
Right, so there's Graham Rahal's car. There's Devlin Di Francesco's. They are exactly the same livery.
They're different. They're completely different.
How are they completely different?
Okay, they are the same layout as livery, but the colours they use are different.
That looks the same to me. Tell me in the chat, because that looks identical to me. Honestly.
Right, hold on.
What are we doing? Racing or ping pong? Can you see that? Or is it just gone through the paper?
There's only one way to settle this.
Fight. Palou's closing in on the back of Rahal. And yes, we can now see Rahal. Rahal, Palou, McLaughlin, Di Francesco all running in together with the top 4. For the first time, we have a race on our hands here in the 2025 IndyCar season. If I say identical, can I get £5? Sounds fair. They're identical. Jeez. I've got a big travel mug here. We might need more stuff. Oh, dear me. Anyway, 25 of 85 with 61 laps to go. Yeah, let's not fall out of J2. We've got 60 more laps to do here. As at the inside, that's going to be contact. Whoa! Oh, and it was contact! Well, unfortunately, that was always going to end with Rosenquist backwards. And that was down on the back there, JT, on VK. VK didn't see him coming, shut the door, and Rosenquist was looking not to get collected and cause a caution.
Yeah, absolutely. As close, maybe a little bit too close for comfort here. At Indianapolis Motor Speedway, lap 26 of 85, and I'm allowing the chat to do their work.
Why? What have you done? Oh. Right, what's this then? Am I allowed to vote on this? No, I'm not. That's unfair. Are the 50 reasons the same or different? Right, it's 50-50 at the moment with 2 votes. Let's leave that open. Right, there's Rosenquist on the inside. Who's at fault there? To me, that's nothing to do with VK. That was completely Rosenquist just being an idiot and sending up the inside way too late.
Yeah, as we're just getting more replays of it now. Picture live and replay. Oh, wow, Fox have learned something. And straight up the inside of Rosenquist and just a little bit of a nudge. And that nudge spun Rosenquist around.
Somebody's agreed with you. 3 people have agreed with you. 2 people have agreed with you. Oh, everyone's agreed with you. They're the same basic livery. Anybody who brings up the comment earlier when I said, can we just have the same livery? I mean, can we have the same livery for each driver, not each car? Each driver should be able to have their own livery. It's like I said with the Halo in Formula 1, the drivers should have been allowed to put their helmet colours on it to make it more easily identifiable. Because the Red Bull, well, it's not until they get out of the car you can tell which one's driving, because one's really tall and one's really little. It's like that thing, twins. One's Arnold Schwarzenegger and one's Danny DeVito. And it doesn't take a genius to work out which one's which.
Lap 27 of 85, Ben Rahal currently leading with Alex Palou, Scott McLaughlin, Devlin Di Francesco and Patrick Ward, your top 5. As we look at the number 7 of Christian Lundgaard in 8th, chasing down Louis Foster in 7th place. The battle for 7th on your screen now.
Rahal then still has a 7/10 advantage to Palou as he comes through. I've got a little tickle in my throat as well. Do they need to pit again? Yeah, 3 more pit stops they've got to do. It's mandatory in this race. 2 sets of black primaries, 2 sets of red alternatives. They must use those for 2 laps of green flag running. So we're guaranteed pit stops and more drama here today at Indianapolis.
Absolutely, as we're all single file coming across the yard of bricks, so down the start straight in towards road course turn 1, and we do now into the turn 1-2 chicane. And we are continuing up towards turns 3, 4, and
my
up
goodness.
towards the backstretch chicane.
Kiffin Simpson has left the pit lane.
Oh yeah, hello, Kiffin Simpson.
I'm trying to see where the 8 is on my monitor, if he's actually on the driver tracker.
28 laps down, but he's here.
Kiffin Simpson is in the race, ladies and gentlemen. It'll take a miracle for him to win this. I love what Johnny says. America loves burning rubber. And that's not just trying to get Donald Trump an orange tan.
Lap 28 of 85.
Wait, you can stop doing that. Look at Kirkwood, up 10 places. VK up 12 from where they started early on in the race. Let's check in with Tom Gatemore, shall we? Tom.
Christian Lundgaard and Scott Dixon, we talk about the undercut, but it's not huge. VK and Kirkwood, they only ran 14, 15 laps on their opening stint, whereas Lundgaard and Dixon, they were 17 compared to Graham Rahal, Alex Palou, 18, 21. So it's interesting, the undercut, I've got it on my notes here, it could be huge around this IMS, and it's proving to be just that. Right, the two black, harder tyre shod runners, the less favourable tyre. We think this is going to be a red race. They are being caught hand over fist here because Scotty Mack on the used reds right up behind Alex Palou's Chip Ganassi machine in third place now. So Devlin DiFrancesco on the sticker reds in fourth place is going to join the party ever so soon. What can Alex Palou do here? Because he's the contents in this sandwich. He's going to have one eye on Graham Rahal, but all the while he's going to have to look at Scotty Mack. And anything that Alex Palou does in terms of trying to attack Graham Rahal, if he can get close enough, well, he's going to have to be careful, because if he compromises himself, if he goes around the outside, goes offline, Scott McLaughlin is not going to need a second invitation to get in there, kicking up the dust through the chicane. That just unbalanced Scott McLaughlin's car there. I think it's Graham Rahal with the biggest cut, World Rally style, through that 5 and 6 chicane onto the back straight. They all concertina up here through turn 7. Another thing I've noticed is during the pit lane, watch how difficult the drivers are finding it getting out of their pit box. That's because they're running a really long first gear around this Indianapolis road course, and it's really close between drivers almost stalling it. We're hearing them slip the clutch, have a couple of glows at slipping the clutch to get off of their pit box. So that's something to watch out for as the race goes on. Will someone make a mistake in pit lane? We saw Colton Herter stall it last time out at Barber Motorsports Park. Keep an eye on if any of the front runners have trouble in their remaining pit stops. But as it stands, 31 laps completed. Graham Rahal leads Alex Palou. It's under a second the gap. Scott McLaughlin there in third place. Devlin DiFrancesco fourth. And Pato O'Ward starting to catch in fifth place.
Cheers, Tom. Right, the action is building up here with Rahal leading from Palou, McLaughlin, DiFrancesco and O'Ward. Welcome back to everybody watching on as well. Do you like coffee only drinks for late live streams? There's coffees. I try and stay away from energy drinks. Could you imagine me on energy drinks? My goodness me.
Oh no, oh yeah.
Yeah, not good, not good. I had a Lucasade when I was ill, when I was in hospital, and it gave me back some of the energy that I needed. But that's the only ever time in my life I've ever had any form of sports. Actually, that's not true, JT. I had electrolytes when we were trackside. Do you remember? That was because we were boiling hot walking down the pit lane.
Did you?
Oh, that might have been Tom. I can't remember if it was Media Day or Touring Car Race 1. Either way, yes. Tom's 3 for 3 so far this year. He's doing more than me, trackside. It's going to be a lot of fun. 32 then. But yes, I tend to go for coffee. A nice coffee. A lot of drink, a lot of water. You should wait till our Le Mans 24-hour coverage. I stay in the box all day.
Join the club.
Yep. Well, you didn't fall asleep last year, so that was an improvement.
Something tells me this year I'm becoming the head of race control after I found today's toys.
Probably, yeah. Although we're going to be tweaking our graphics out of Le Mans. Radio.
What's going on? You guys are so fast. Copy that.
They're not going off. These tyres are so fast. Okay. Hello, Amy. Yes, I have Instagram at Joshua Birch 99. B-U-R-C-H, obviously. I think the link's in the Linktree, actually, in the description below. Just let you know. Should be, anyway. Here's Christian Lundgaard then. Currently 8th after starting in 14th place. Oh, thanks, Omi. What is it now? 7th road, 71. Okay, so they are not the same, it seems like people are saying. Do I have to get the graphic back up and show you? They're the same. They're identical. Oh. Bare necessities, I suppose.
I am Omi. I'm taking screenshots of what they look like on track, and I'm sending them to you.
They're the same livery. Jacob Abel came in and came out of the pit lane.
Someone needs to go Specsavers.
I have Specsavers. I'm wearing them right now. Why? Why, JT?
Because
they're the same thing. I'm an identifying expert, JB, so I'll be the judge of that. Thank you very much.
Second lead now.
Yeah. So are they the same or are they different? Because from a long angle, they look the same. From the head-on angle, you can sort of see that they've got a bluish side pod for Devlin DiFrancesco. Rahul's just about holding off at the moment here to Palou in second. Gap 0.6 of a second. McLaughlin, DiFrancesco and Waterson are now hanging back, but Rahul does have traffic ahead of him in the form of the 51 of Jacob Abel, who pitted twice. Everyone else only pit once so far in this race. So you've got to try and do the alternative factors in these races and try and get the undercut when you can. And JT, look at this, Max Palou. He's using push to pass, got 101 seconds left down to the braking zone. Rahul's led 31 laps, Palou has led 1, Armstrong's led 2 of the 34 so far.
Yeah, absolutely, as well. A massive fire has just erupted on one of the cars on the other stream. So that's what happens when you decide to crush up 3/9 pretty old cars, let's just say. Graham Rahal, Team Radio.
Another issue here as well, which is that Abel only pitted 3 laps ago, and he's on brand new hard tyres. That car will be fast.
Graham Rahal on his off time, one of the country's greatest exotic car wheeler dealers. He's saying, you know how many transactions I've done with Meekum at the...
Like you said there was thinking and there wasn't. JT?
Yes?
Is the stream okay for a NASCAR? Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's INDYCAR's fault. Camera's broke. Not us. Yeah. Oh, not again! Down. Not again, Fox! Yeah? Not again, Fox! Come on, you had this! They've gone to ad break. I don't believe it! The international feed's gone down! I don't believe it! It's happened again, folks! Oh my word. JT, what's yours like?
Okay, so that how they sound like is what you sounded like when you filled in for Jess on that one when her mic wasn't working. That is how you sounded like.
Oh, right.
That was how bad your mic was. Because of everything that went wrong. Well, I could say lap 35 of 85, but yeah. Oh, we're really sorry for this temporary fault.
Not my problem, thank God for that. Well, our coverage of the race currently is blindfolded again. Why does this keep on happening to us? Let's wait till the Indy 500, folks. Fox is going to do a bang-up job of that, aren't they? Oh, nearly. Go on. Go, try it. Failures, JT, in 2 out of the opening 5 races. Oh, and it's gone. It's gone completely. We just now have the world feed.
Are we live? It's live?
I would assume so. Rahal.
Awesome.
Yes, right, there we go. We have pictures again. Oh my goodness sake. Seriously, Fox, get your act together. I hope it wasn't a fault of Sky. That would be embarrassing. It's lap 37 of 85. Ray Hall leading from Palou, McLaughlin, Di Francesco and O'Ward. That's your top 5. And they really are closing in. Okay. Ray Hall needs to have a bit of improvement in the next few laps as well, because he can't get stuck behind Abel, because Palou will pounce on him every single second, JT.
JB.
Yes.
The event that I've been watching started at 3 p.m. today and it's just finished.
Wow.
It's been going for 7 hours and 40 minutes.
That's some endurance. VK pits, JT. VK pits.
Yeah, VK comes into pit lanes. That's what happens when it's one of the biggest weekends in national banger racing with the Waller weekend at Mildenhall. So VK pulls into his box now, stops on the marks, and it will be 4 tyres and fuels as scheduled, but that is VK's second stop. He was the first to come in on the first green flag pit stops. He's the first to come in on the second green flag pit stops. Something tells me that we are getting into the second green flag pit stops. Omi, if you're listening, check DMs.
There were a couple
We're
of
back,
female...
but coming up next, it's baseball night in...
Okay, that proves that Fox is back. Okay, yeah, there were a couple of female drivers in INDYCAR. I don't think there's any in the 500 this year, JT, if I'm not very much mistaken. Is Catherine Legg still appearing? I can't remember, because she's mainly now doing NASCAR. So I don't think Catherine's here this year. And of course, Danica Patrick was booted out.
Well, not happy.
Right, okay, great. Well done, Fox. Tell us it's a team radio, then don't play it. Yeah. Can you tell that I miss NBC? I think it's the same production company, it's just that Fox supporting their own stuff, and it doesn't work. Palou's closing down in again into the braking zone. So, JT, into the pits comes Lundgaard, Kirkwood, Siegel, Ferrucci.
His second stop of the day, lap 39. So you got to think these leaders. James, I think I might start pulling either Ray Hall or Palou in. One of them probably going to duck first and be the first to pull the trigger to try to make the move on a pit stop.
It's the way to do it. You're not getting your full lap time potential behind this lap traffic. The clean air you would hopefully come out in, about 40 seconds lost in pit lane right now. That would put you out behind Stingray Robb, ahead of Robert Schwartzman in a nice little bubble. You could maybe do that undercut and save the fuel later, but Palou's on the power.
Yeah. Palou's coming down, JT, trying to look on the inside. He's too far back into 1. I don't really get excited about that. He's too far back.
Is it Alex Flo taking the lead again from Devlin and Di Francesco?
I will hit you. I will travel there and I will hit you. You're the one who messed up earlier on, by the way. It was Newgarden making the move, and you said it was somebody else.
I said Newgarden and Siegel, but I corrected it.
Yeah. It's been a long day. And I will hit you unless you start helping me in the co-commentary role. Because my voice is giving up.
And you've still got NASCAR trucks.
I'm not commentating on that.
Yeah, but you've still got to be up until late.
No, I'm gonna leave it running. Fall asleep, wake up, turn it off. Help! Please! Voice! Dying! McLaughlin pits as well as Foster. Also coming in is Stingray Robb. I miss Omi. At least he could pick up from the commentary box. Look at Palou. So it's getting darker here at Indy as well. That's why we just noticed down at the start of the straight. A little burst of sunlight, but darkness is still closing in. McLaughlin, yeah, doesn't even look like with this tyre rule we're getting any side-by-side action. Unfortunately, as the racing continues on, it's lap 41 of 85. We are approaching half distance in this race. It was so far been entertaining, but Stereotypical IndyCar. Hybrid destroying the action. No real run for any new cars. It's IndyCar starting to fall behind a bit more in terms of modern technology and modern generation. We need a brand new car. We need to get rid of this silly hybrid and get back to proper Indy racing. Ray Hall and Palou are coming into the pit lane, but JT, this is it's either Siegel or
that will be Lundgaard.
It was either he's got blue on it, you see, so it's either Siegel or Lundgaard.
Yeah, light blue.
Yeah, light blue, so it's Lundgaard. So he locked up with the exit pit lane.
Here comes the 2 leaders into pit road.
Right, let's see what we've got to hand over. Ganassi versus OLL. George.
It's the progression for Graham Rahal. Sticker softs, sticker hards, and now a set of used softs for the 15. They're copying Alex Palou. They're going to put those tires on, fill it up with the Shell renewable race fuel, and he's out of the way. Jack.
This is a huge stop here for the 10. Not only are they battling the 15 of Graham Rahal on pit lane, they're also needing to cover the undercut of Scott McLaughlin. A set of brand new hard compound tyres there. It's not the fastest stop I've seen out of the 10, but it's pretty good. And I think that's Graham who's just beat him out.
So Palou gets going once again.
Yeah, but they're side by side. JT coming out of the pit lane, and this is where it's going to get tasty. Rahal gets out ahead, but Palou's going to be on the power straight away, and he's only looking to try and overtake him into the pit lane. Meantime, got side by side with that's. I'm trying to see. That's Colton Herta getting past Scott McLaughlin. Yeah, trying to unlap himself further back, but Palou desperate now to get ahead of Rahal.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're both on the same tyres. Graham Rahal and Alex Palou pitting at the same time, but they were physically side by side, and Rahal just got ahead as we ride on board with Graham Rahal coming to the end of the backstretch.
Rahal only has 71 seconds of push to pass left. Palou has 95. So really, Rahal can't use any more because he's just going to lose out to Palou eventually anyway, with the push to pass system being so different. So this is a real catch-22 system as Marcus Armstrong takes the lead as Devlin DiFrancesco, Pato O'Ward, Will Power all come into the pit lane.
Yep, and Colton Herta, even though he's a lap down, has just set a new overall best of 1:11.87 over those 4 cars coming down pit road. As here we are with them now.
Georgia. Oh,
desperate.
Okay, no Georgia. They said that it wasn't ready for us. There's been a mistake in the pit lane. Herta's lapping Palou due to those different tyre sets, though. So that is now Herta almost back on the lap, JT. That's going to be good news for Colton. If a caution comes out at the right time, he's there. But let's go, yeah, caution coming out. Ha!
Yeah, I don't believe that caution we had with the abort to start didn't count because we hadn't taken the green flag. So yeah. I do believe we are still on a cautionless streak in St. Pete.
It still counts. It was, as I said, it was a non-official caution, just to get ready for the start. Johnny wants to get a thumbs up from you and also want to know what your trophies are. Don't humour him. He'll go on for about 5 minutes.
So, my newest one, the one with the ribbons, is the newest one. I got that Wednesday. That's a Macau Grand Prix trophy. From the 2007 FIA Formula 3 Intercontinental Cup. That was won by James Jakes, who also raced an IndyCar. The middle one is the W Series from the race that never happened at Mexico. And the first trophy I ever got was the furthest one, which is the sidecar, British Sidecars trophy from Athens. And then the smaller ones are like junior rugby and school tournament ones that I've gotten.
Yeah, I like the
That was not 5 minutes, must I add.
I like the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Trophy. Whoa, and that's...
Oh, okay.
Right, hang on. What fault? There was no fault. Sky, get your finger out. Come on. There was no fault. You've just cost us a moment on the circuit because Rossi went in too deep trying to get ahead of Devlin DiFrancesco. That's over 11th position, but still on battle. I am really going to go there. I can message Top Gamer and just say, what's going on? So that's why there's no fault. Well, looks like another race I'm going to have to download from the international feed. 45 of 85. We are past half distance here.
Yeah, so I am a very talented racer across many a series. Did you actually say that?
I did, yes.
Okay, well, up the inside, this is number
Rossi on
20 of Rossi on VK for 10th place. Down the inside, good move.
Armstrong leads, yeah. They were about who's going to take over the Alpine seat, as well as Herta gets past Rahal and now puts herself back on the lead lap with Armstrong and coming into the pit lane. So yeah, it was about the Armstrong seat. It was about the Alpine seat of the fact that Colapinto's going to go for 5 races. And they said, oh, maybe we should have a go. And I said, I won't be able to get in the car, I'm too fat. They have negative body mass. How do you have negative body mass? It is ridiculous how stick-thin they are. So no, I could probably get in a car, but I'd look like a baked potato. Sticker red's going on right now for Marcus Armstrong. A lot of fuel. And away he goes. Nice stop. Yeah, Omi can race. He's fine. He's skinny. I think I'll stick to go-kart. And maybe Formula 4. I know I can get in a Formula 4 car. I'm glad I didn't do motorcycle racing. Turn into the corner and the bike just falls over. How embarrassing.
Is that your full experience on the MotoGP games?
I can't like, yeah. No, but nearly fell over when I was at WCR.
Yeah, you were just sat on the bike with the bike stands, like a bike stand on the front wheel and the rear wheel, keeping it up, and you nearly fell off of it.
Yep.
In the paddock on bike stands.
Yep. I got a chuckle. Then again, it was quite apt for our team that weekend because Lizzie went down in race 1, broke her arm. Mallory went down in both races and had so many cuts on it. It was unbelievable.
And I was just there like, hi, I'm here as well.
Still don't know how Maddie managed to go out one way and come back in exactly the same when we were at the end of the paddock with a railing there. I don't know how she managed to do that.
Teleportation.
She must have. Oh, hello, there we go, there's the 6, no, that's the 5 getting through, so that is going to be a quick overtake for the McLarens. So that's Pato Award passing lapped cars, that's why, because Power's just behind him. That's the 51 of Jacob Abel, who is several laps down. Could we do a JB Motorsports kart race and live stream it?
That has actually been talked about, believe it or not.
It has, yeah. We thought about it.
That was one of our, that was probably at the end of one of our, 8-hour chats we had. Yes, we do have production meetings, which are only meant to be half an hour to an hour, and they turn into a full 8-hour game fest.
Plus karaoke jam that one time, that was nice. JT has the videos.
I do have the videos.
The end of
and
season
we also
montage.
have BeamNG stuff as well.
The end of season montage is going to be fantastic this year, I can tell you, if JT ever gets around to editing it.
I haven't even edited the stuff that I recorded on the 5th of April.
Wow. That's Armstrong.
I haven't even got... Right. I don't know if I should say this with Omi in the chat, but I haven't even opened the files where we did that banger racing on BeamNG over a month ago. I haven't even looked at the files yet.
Just a reminder on the 13th, it's Formula One's 75th anniversary race. 75th anniversary Grand Prix. Just be in mind, there's something special coming. A little bit of a treat. I've done something.
Is it from when you very nearly got deafened by brisk F1 stock cars?
No, but good idea. I might put it on, but no, there's a certain thing that I'm voicing on Monday.
The same weekend?
What? No.
Weekend?
No, Tom's thing is going to be...
Different.
Tom's thing's over the Emilia Romagna weekend. This is different. This is totally different. I've yet to confirm it actually works. That's why I haven't voiced it yet. It's edited. It's edited. I need to upload it to see if it's safe to upload. And then it's going to be uploaded and premiered.
Omi said, I lost the races, so that's fine, JD. Didn't you win the DD, though?
Just I can screenshot that.
What? Screenshotting Omi saying, I lost the races, so that's fine.
No, the timing screen did something funny on my monitor. Oh, this is stellar. So it is lap 50 of 85. We have 36 laps to go in this one so far. Delivery driver at Tesco, apparently Johnny's job. Fantastic. Actually, I've got a question for one of our viewers. Johnny, what's the strangest thing you've ever had to substitute for something else? I've always wanted to know that. What's the strangest thing that's been substituted? Is that the question you want to ask, don't you? Because I've had some really weird stuff. As we see quickly on the inside line, that is Lundgaard getting ahead of Daly in turn 1 on the inside line. Nicely done. Because I've had, literally, deodorant replaced with kiwis.
What?
He said I had to substitute toilet roll for cat food. Yeah, that doesn't really work, does it?
Was that in the COVID years by any chance?
Yeah. Mine was, by the way, yeah. That was quite hilarious, to be fair. Anybody else miss lockdown? Just as a random question, does anyone miss lockdown? I really miss lockdown. Not being able to do it. To be fair, I enjoyed the break. I wish every couple of years, every 5 years, humanity should just have a 4-month break. Like, that's it. That's it. You don't need to do anything. Just go do what you like. We can prop everything up. Because if everybody goes on break, I mean, come on. I know everyone can't go on break because it's key workers, but it was nice. And then, yeah, I got COVID out of fashion. I got it in 2023 over the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix weekend. Commentating on that was not fun. You were there, JT, remember?
That was an interesting weekend. I got COVID for 1 day and 1 day only.
I had it once. Although I swear I had it in December 2019 when everybody was ill. That was like the test of COVID, wasn't it? I got really ill from that. My heart rate went up to 120 beats per minute. I was hallucinating. I was sweating. I was dizzy. I was oh, God.
I was positive for 1 day while the rest of my family was positive for like a full 10 days. But so I had to isolate in my own room. But the bonus was that at that time I had the biggest room in the house in the extension, which had a bedroom the size of this room and then a massive living room space on the side of it.
So you were fine.
Living the dream. Yeah, I was fine.
I was isolated. You've seen my room, JT, or when we were at the production meetings. Tiny, and I could have shot myself after 2 days. Honestly, I am not the type of person who likes to be laid up in bed. In fact, after I had surgery and I was in recovery, I was texting you, wasn't I? Saying, "Oh, I hate this. I can't do it. I hate it." Over the NASCAR weekend that I missed at Charlotte last year, I was texting going, "I hate this. I hate this. I want to be in the box. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it." And by the way, I was out of hospital for a day at that point. I really did do it fashionably, actually, where it didn't affect anything major. I went into hospital on the Monday after we got back from Brands Hatch, had the operation on the Tuesday, was out by the Friday, and yeah, I was back commentating a week later.
This has turned into a NASCAR podcast.
It's INDYCAR in 2025. Everything's a Stage 2 podcast. Nothing happens. This tyre rule's done nothing. I'm really worried about the 500 now. Like, I'm really worried.
Yeah.
Then again, this race, unless it rains, nothing usually exciting happens here.
That's normally the case, but then, of course, if it rains here on Tuesday...
Bad idea.
Onwards, bad idea. Up the inside, that is light blue, so that's Christian Lundgaard on the inside of the number 4 of David Malukas.
For 18th position, he's got Joseph Newgarden just in front who had to go to the back as well. Poor Will Buxton. It's Will Buxton's fault!
Then again, I will say that Will Buxton has come out of his shell that everyone has created around him in IndyCar.
He's done a fantastic play-by-play as Will Buxton. He's really stepped up to the mark. I rate him now highly as a commentator. He's done a major job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reckon he's fine now. He's happy. He said he feels 20 years younger, which is kind of good, but it's making me scared now because I'm like, is that what the Formula 1 paddock does to you? It ages you 20 years? I was like, I can't afford to lose 20 years. I already feel old myself. Morris is dying slightly.
Graham Rahal is leading.
Yeah.
Because he's first on track.
Oh, now you've done the Will Buxtonisms. Well, he did start here on pole position a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Graham Rahal wins this race because he crossed the line first. And if Graham Rahal doesn't win this race, you can tell me off.
Yes, Johnny, you can guess how old. Oh, you're close. 26. Yeah.
That was decent.
That was good. And to be fair, I'll give him that because I only just turned 26 a couple of weeks ago.
Literally April.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, yeah, 5. 5 will do.
Just a little bit over, just a little bit over.
Yeah, you're not bad for you. But still,
if I say I'm starting GCSEs this week, that might give you a clue.
Not really, because you're technically also a year older, so it's... You're cheating the system there, JT. Oh, my knee's going. Oof. I'm looking forward to when we have the second camera set up for Le Mans so I can sit down.
I mean, that seems like a you problem, because just wow.
Yeah, well, we only have one camera because, the second camera's the Discord camera, which we didn't used to have, and now we do have.
Yeah.
Right, are we going to have Tom back? Yeah, game on!
Tracking up to the next pit stops, the final set of pit stops, 14 laps completed since Graham Rahal and Alex Palou stopped, 15 for Scott McLaughlin, 13 for Pato O'Ward. And if you look at the tyre tracker for Graham Rahal, well, he's going to have to finish on the blacks. For Alex Palou, he's going to finish on the sticker red. So Palou has to go long in this stint. He will go longer than Graham Rahal for sure. He will go for the overcut and then have the shorter stint at the end with the red, the sticker reds. What will Graham Rahal's pace be like on those sticker blacks? That's going to be the big question mark. This is the incremental part of the race, and they might be nose to tail on track. We might not see a pass on track. We may or may not see a pass on track, I should say. We're certainly going to see some alternate pit stop strategies, because for Graham Rahal, he's going to have to go another 4 laps on these reds, and that's going to get him into a really tricky space in terms of lap time, 1:13.4 last time around. So, well, he's the slowest of the top 6, Graham Rahal now, that time around. So the used reds are going off. He's in the dirty air of Colton Herta. That's not going to be helping him in any way, shape or form. Obviously, Alex Palou's lap time is going to be the same as Graham Rahal's because he's holed up in the wheel tracks of that Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan machine. Colton Herta's lap time, a 1:13.7, slower than Graham Rahal, so he's actually starting to back up into the Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan racing machine. Colton Herta on the used blacks. So this is an interesting phase of the race for Graham Rahal. Wherever you are watching, and look out is now, surely he's on the foot.
He's going to go for it, Jake. He's round the outside. Palou's going for the lead on Rahal. Can he get the move done? Into the first corner. Rahal defending hard. Palou goes on the outside into turn 2. Rahal shuts that door, gets the power back on. Fabulous bit of racing here, and Fox are missing it.
Little bit of a twitch from Palou as he got the power on exit in turn 2, but through the chicane. He's in the slipstream. He's sliding through the chicane as Alex Palou down the backstretch.
Never have been more thankful for this as they come into the braking zone. Palou dives to the inside line. Rahal's going to be there, late on the brakes, and Palou takes the lead in Indianapolis. Finally, it's been waiting to happen. Rahal down to 59. And now it's all changed. It's 40 seconds to push to pass. He used so much there on that last lap, but Alex Palou leads and Fox missed it. Wow.
Yep, as, well, there's the massive push to pass update remaining. And, well, they used a lot of push to pass in that battle. Lap 58 of 85. About to, I believe, cross the line, start 59. No, yes, go across the line, start lap 59 of 85.
Well, that was a little one to come through. Let's take another look at it. On the push to pass, he was sticking behind Rahal, wasn't he? He wanted it. Look at the brake discs, my God.
Maximum slipstream there.
DHL squad happy with that one down there at the 10 team for Chip Ganassi Racing.
And with the way that American motorsport drivers lift their sponsors, that overtake was as smooth as DHL's delivery.
Saying that, actually, an Argos delivery van crashed into a stagecoach bus earlier on.
Did it?
Yeah.
No NASCAR Xfinity, so we don't get every single driver saying that their car was as fast as Xfinity Mobile, even if their car exploded and flipped down the backstretch.
No, just Craftsman's trucks and the Cup Series as it goes on.
And ARCA, which we know what ARCA does. That was last night. Well, this morning, I think.
Has it happened? It's happening now, isn't it?
No, it's qualified now.
How's that stream going?
Because you're literally live streaming it.
Yeah. JT, I think you need to take a look at it. The NASCAR stream right now. I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah. What?
What?
152 live.
Hopefully we got it.
Okay. Yeah. That's a surprise. A NASCAR qualifying stream at 1.2 thousand viewers. Okay. Sure, why not? That's weird. Who do you think is the most likely woman to get to the top level of motorsport racing? Jamie Chadwick, Dorian Pan, and Maria Herrera. That's my pick.
All different types of motorsport there, all different types of cars and bikes.
I seriously think Dorian's in that shout.
Yeah.
Just needs to get her grip back together with the Mercedes. What he said last year in F1 Academy. For 2 years and you're out, Rule. Academy is not a feeder series. Academy is a showground.
On board with Graham Rahal, who has dropped 5 seconds behind Alex Palou, and we're getting team communication.
Left him out too long, so the tyres are gone.
We're getting to the point, and it's happened again. Once Alex Palou gets out front, he just goes.
The thing is, they have to do 2 stints, so they haven't done that yet. They've only done 2 stops, so they've got another one to do, which will make it 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 1 more stop to go.
Yeah.
So confusing, this new rule that they've added in at the last second to try and
Nolan
close the race.
Siegel has pitted.
Okay, and VK in 2. Oh, and Herta. So this is their final stops of the day to close up. Reminder, our coverage of the greatest spectacle in racing starts on Tuesday at 5 p.m. British summertime. I'm thinking, why so late? That's because the testing doesn't start until midday now. They have no morning runs in Indy. They've shrunk it all down, just 6 hours of running. Yep. But our coverage will run there. It does, however, get to mean that we get to have the entire JB Motorsports team available.
And it means I don't miss an hour.
Yeah.
At all.
Which helps me, and helps him, and helps Omi.
In other words, I mean the BRSCC Fiesta Cup is something else, and what is also a complete other level is the 24-hour Citroen C1 race at Silverstone. That is another level, and what is also another level is the Eurocar Indy 500 at Vantage Indy. Graham Rahal.
Georgia.
Like the left rear was coming down to the corners, but they asked him to stay out 1 more lap. Are you guys ready? He's going to go to his last set of sticker hard tires. Graham Rahal.
Oh!
Doesn't get the drop down, was being called out almost into the path of another car. It is not.
Well, that's how you go, JT, at the moment with these runnings. As into the pit lane also comes Carl Coker, Tatina Ferrucci, and Alexander Rossi, and Stingray Robin too.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the final stops happening now on lap 63 of 85.
I love what Jackson Lambros has just said as well. Graham was out.
He's at Laguna Seca, isn't he?
Yes, he is, yeah. Yeah, he said Graham's was our only hope. Sadly, that was the case. He was the only hope coming in. Still, the racing continues on, and the action.
More pit stops for Scott McLaughlin and Patrick Ward from 2nd and 3rd.
Scott McLaughlin. I'm not letting you go away with that one. You've been on me all day with that. Right, let's go in a second to pit road.
Don't get me started with Dow de Leon and Dow de Long and Steinhaus.
Oh no, what a shame. So, what was that? Palou leading by 10 seconds to power now as we wait in on more pit stops here. It's lap 64 of this race, yeah. What?
Johnny Smith in chat.
Can we donate to get Tom Cans to do a kart race? I said Tom Cans. It's a KA race. Tom Cans. Yeah. I think Tom would be asleep right now.
Probably.
For a very early start tomorrow. It wipes you out being trackside. It really does. You get into that hotel, you're just dead.
So on media day, let me just get it up.
I fell asleep on the train. Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't.
On the train back, I fell asleep.
13,663 steps on media day.
I was very lucky that I'm the last stop on the line, so the train doesn't go anywhere else. Otherwise, I would have ended up in Cleethorpes. trying to find out how many steps I did on those 2 days.
If I was to stay on a train, like sleep and not wake up for my stop, I would end up an hour that way in Bristol or like Bath or places.
Really?
Yes.
I did pick Alex Palou to win today, says Adam. Who didn't pick Alex Palou to win? Everybody picked Alex Palou to win. He's literally got this one on a dime, and he's down pit road once more. Let's head down, and here's what he has to say.
I asked him earlier in this weekend, you come into the weekends now almost afraid that something will go wrong on this perfect run with a brilliant crew, and he said, of course, it has to happen at some point, but we don't expect it. Everything is running so well for us right now. Jack waits for the number 10.
And the radio communication with Mr. Palou was, be patient. That was the message behind Graham. When the moment came, he took it. As you can see, they're putting on those brand new red softer tyres. It's a full fuel fill here. And actually, just as the 10 leaves, the 12 comes back straight in. Will Power has had a really good day. He's the driver with the most amount of wins here, and he told me how much he loves racing at this place and how much he loves winning here.
Power gets out a brilliant stop for the 10 crew, and you can see them celebrating, punching fists with each other. They know they have serviced their man and sent him as fast as they could, giving him the best opportunity to win as Award just flashes through ahead of Will Power, and that is meaningful.
Okay, so Award takes second away from Power, but they don't have another stop to make, so that's actually a better run now for Award. JT, I've got the stats for you. Do you want to hear them?
Go on.
16,489 steps on media day. What were you?
13,000 something.
On Saturday, the 26th of April, 18,815 steps, and the Sunday, 11,926 steps. Remember, I was in the commentary box for that one. On Tuesday, I did 11,884 on the 29th.
When I was trackside on the 5th of April, I did 9.5k. That's round a short oval, though. That's not like a big circuit. I can't remember where I was 9th of April.
If you're wondering why we did less steps on Sunday, that's because we were mainly in the commentary box. So it was easier just for us to stay there on Sunday. Saturday, we were walking in and out everywhere. Lots of steps.
Let's go back to Brands Hatch when we were trackside in October.
It was the first weekend, wasn't it?
5th, 6th of October last year.
The 5th, 19,403. The 6th.
You cut out. Hold on, say that again. You cut out.
19,403 on the 5th.
I was 16,000.
Sunday, 13,196.
9,000. So yeah.
But I love this. Are you ready for this? The Monday when I went to hospital, 984 steps. The Tuesday when I was in Hull, 762 steps. The day I spent in hospital as well, a total of 0 steps. 480 steps on the 10th. No steps for the week of bed rest at all. And then 3,072 steps on the 14th. What was I doing then? I was on bed rest. I don't know how I did that. I was on bed rest for a week. Out! Out goes Colt! No, hang on, who's just got out of the car? Who's out of the race? Somebody's out of the race. Is that Sips? No, somebody got out of the car in the pit lane. As now, we're seeing Malukas getting ahead of Lungar, going around the outside into the braking stops at turn 1. Nicely done.
Going back to July when I was at the Royal International Air Tattoo at RAF Fairfield. Hold on.
Honestly,
not that much, only 12,500.
When you're trackside, 3 things to have. 1, waterproof coat somewhere. 2, change of socks. 3, good shoes.
4, working signal.
That too, yeah.
Because broadcasting without working signal is a nightmare.
Came to race 1 of the touring car season. Me and Tom get back to the commentary box, have no data at all. Keep me running around the media centre looking for the passwords.
Bear in mind you saw nothing of that because JT was in the production booth.
Yes, that is true, yeah. That was only
Jacob
hiccup.
Abel comes into pit lane.
That was only hiccup because the car's transponders had switched on. And when the car's transponders are on, you've got no chance of getting signal in that close to the pit lane at all.
Yeah.
There's so
It's Alex Palou leading by, well, 10 seconds.
Do you know, I think, I can't remember, but I think Lizzie got gifted one of her transponders that she broke. I'll have to ask her if that's true. How did you get a comms box at Donington? There you go. No, Richard John Neal very kindly gave us booth 3 where he was working and made sure that we could use it. He was very helpful. Very kind man.
Oh, so that was...
Oh, yellow! Full course yellow! Full course yellow! For the first time in 4 races! Full course yellow is out with 16 laps to go! Aaron Leigert gets to actually put it out! Well, JT, it all changes here for the first time!
Double yellow!
Yellow flag!
There it is!
Caution for the first time since lap 1! And it's David Malukas out of the race!
Didn't even throw the single yellow like it is not normally. We got a double yellow because it's been so long.
He's waiting for that. He's been bored. Oh, wow. A late caution. That's going to spice action up, isn't it? For the first time since lap 1 at St. Petersburg, the longest run of over 350 laps, the longest run in IndyCar history to go caution-free is over. And finally, David Malukas gives us a reason to get excited about the end of this race. Yellow's out, JT.
Over 300 laps without a caution.
Wow. 408 green flag laps in a row. I've just been corrected. 408 green flag laps. Right, let's go over to Tom Gaymore as we're under yellow flag here.
Now, what is this? What are these yellow flags? I hear you saying. Well, over 400 laps of IndyCar racing since we last saw one. I joked after Barber that we didn't need to bring them to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but with 14 laps to go, we have our first caution period, and, well, I wonder if the drivers remember what to do. It's been that long ago. Jokes apart, all of the top runners now will be nose to tail. And why is that really important? We saw the tow effect at the start, with Graham Rahal being able to tow out from the back of the lead car, Alex Palou, and get the run around the outside down into turn 1. It is such a long run down to turn 1 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the road course. There is a real threat to Alex Palou. And Pato O'Ward has to be switched on because he has a real opportunity. And it's not just Pato O'Ward, because Will Power can be right there as well. And we look now at the leaderboard in terms of overtake left. Well, Alex Palou has plenty of overtake, 55 seconds. Pato O'Ward has 30, and Will Power has 65. Now, if you're not sure what I mean by overtake, they have a push to pass in IndyCar. 200 seconds is the total allowance at the start of the race. You have a maximum single duration of 20 seconds. Push to pass is not available on the initial start or any restart, but it's going to be something that could come into play as the field goes to green and we're tightly packed together. But the initial toe down from this last corner down to turn 1 when we go to green, although there's no push to pass, is a real threat to Alex Palou's lead now, and we're going to see just when he drops the hammer to get the field underway, will he run slowly up to the line, or will he go early? What will Pato O'Ward do? We're going to go green next time around. So I'm going to hand back to our Fox team. They're going to take us to the green flag. But whatever you're doing, sit tight, because this could get interesting.
No. Caution, stay out. We like caution. Caution makes it racing fun. Stay where you are. Look at that. Aaron doesn't know whether it's Christmas Day or Easter Sunday. Look at that. The fans are actually cheering for the caution to come out, JT. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know if we're getting one to go this time round, because we didn't officially get one to go when we went round, but
Yellows are out, dude. Yeah, look, yellows are in, so we're going to go green. Yeah. We're going to have a restart,
we didn't get
folks.
one to go, though. That's weird.
Look, they're out of practice, JT. They haven't done it in so long. They're out of practice. Here we go, then. What's this? A restart? In INDYCAR? We don't do those things here. It's green flag. We're racing again. O'Ward is right on the back of Palou, and Palou's dangerous here. Into turn 1. O'Ward's looking to the outside. Palou's defending hard. Now, yellows breed yellows. That's an old saying. We don't say it much these days, but what it basically is that drivers get a bit hot-headed on restarts, and we have some crashes, and we have another yellow flag. But everyone's made it through safely. JT, O'Ward leads. O'Ward second, sorry, Palou leads. O'Ward second, Power third, McLaughlin fourth, and O'Ward is desperately trying to get through Palou. He's using more push to pass.
All clean through the chicane, but a couple of cars moving to the inside. Ooh. That is, I believe, the 20 getting involved as well. Rossi, and the Framers getting involved with Ferrucci.
And they all make it through. Yeah, they did, through the chicane. Okay, that's good news. Through the reprofiled back section here at the road course.
Well, we knew the caution run wasn't going to continue through the Indy 500, so it was coming to an end soon.
Yeah. I just wanted to get through
there's
this one.
no way we're doing the Indy 500 without a caution.
No way, shape or form. Then again, we got 100 laps last year, if you remember.
Yeah, imagine if we had a 408-lap green flag run with NASCAR. Oh, wait, we have stages.
Yeah, that's never going to happen in NASCAR again, is it?
Lock up, big lock up.
Ferrucci came in, and has he gone down to the camber? Has he gone in a flat spot? I saw sparks as well from the front wing. Ferrucci went way too deep into turn 1 now. And look at the setting sun in the background. We haven't seen this as well since the Indy 500 last year when we started so late due to the rain delay. We're getting a setting sun in Indianapolis as we close out this race day.
Well, the cars and teams have to pack up quickly and go to where they need to be because, well, it's the Indianapolis infield at night and we all know what happens there.
Yeah. You don't ever go to the infield at night, ever. It is terrifying. Haunted is what they call it. So it's the Speedway, actually, as well. Oh, it makes you shiver just thinking about it. Out of the last corner, then. Are you okay? I think it's having a stroke. Come on, you can do it. That's really annoying me now.
It's just like a two-stroke engine trying to fire up in the morning.
Framers on the inside line. There we go. God, somebody give it a little bit of a meter. They've got to fix this ahead of the 500. It's getting embarrassing.
Someone forgot to put the money in the electricity meter.
Hang on, have we just... Yeah, look, the timing's out of sync. Are we back live now? I think we are, yes. Yeah. I've lost track. Where are we?
I think
That's
NASCAR qualifying is done, by the way.
Is it? If so, I'll run upstairs and stop it.
I will look.
Actually, Megan's up there. I can just tell her to do it.
Yes, it is. Carl Larson has just got his 22nd career pole.
Is the broadcast still on?
No, don't know.
Well, we can check because now we've lost audio from trackside. Is it nice to be working with professionals?
Logano will be in the 5th.
They're still
Hold on. I cannot believe I'm about to say this.
What?
The UK is getting rain.
I nearly just called my sister. What am I doing? I'm not Megan. I nearly called Kellyanne.
The part of the UK that I live in is getting rain tomorrow. Let's go.
I'm just savouring looking at the timing screen. The last one on the bottom, everybody. Look, full course caution. That came out in this race. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah. That happened.
It was out for 5 minutes and 2 seconds.
Why are you in here, Mr. Dog? Hello.
JT just getting invaded by his own dog. Alex Palou now leads by 2.6 seconds. Is it bad, JT, that I'm hoping that Palou bins it into the wall at the 500 so that somebody else can have a go at winning? Because in this race, he's going to win the 500 miles with 400 miles to go.
That could happen, yeah. Hello. Down the inside, that's Felix Rosenquist getting involved.
In a bit of a look. Cautiously, wildly, accelerating. This race is providing us with the memory that INDYCAR can actually at some point excite us with a yellow flag. That's a simple. We're simple folk, us racing fans. A waving yellow flag is enough to send us into a frenzy.
There's a caution, but for who, Joshua Birch?
Is there? I wasn't looking, I don't know. I love Chris McConnell. I'd love to get an interview with Chris McConnell one day. That's on the bucket list. Look at VK now.
To the season he's had.
Again, I got told Georgia was there, and I heard her talking, but she's not there. I think she's talking back to the gallery. Right, 78 of 85 as we come into the breakers over turn 1. Here's Carl Kirkwood running in 7th position with Ray Hall in 6th. How did Ray Hall drop back so far? This race belonged to him until the pit stops and, well, Palou decided just to go for it.
Louis Foster's still in the top 10, though.
And a good, strong race for him here. Proves good for the 500 in a few weeks' time.
Hold on. So, Louis Foster started in the top 6, still in the top 10. Devlin Di Francesco started ahead, or the same row as Louis Foster, and is in 17th.
Yeah, that's the only one that's really done the Ray Hall Lanigan thing, hasn't he, as well? Go well, then fall back early on. That's kind of the situation you get here. In we come again then, through the chicane in the back stretch here at Indianapolis.
Carl Kirkwood has only got 3 seconds of push to pass. Alexander Rossi has just run out of push to pass. Devlin Di Francesco 6 seconds. Christian Rasmussen 2 seconds. Jacob Abel 7 seconds. Colton Herter 8 seconds. The only driver with 200 seconds of push to pass remaining is Kiffin Simpson. Oh wait, he hasn't turned a single lap.
Well, he was out of the track, wasn't he?
He came straight back in, didn't complete an official lap, and now he's out.
Right, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Well, 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 will kick off on Tuesday. Race time.
Every second's live. And the radar, I bet, will be used.
Oh, yeah. We'll have a
because
rain.
live weather updates from the weatherman himself.
Glad you're there for that, actually. At least we don't have to feel that much.
Something tells me I'm just going to become head of race control and weather for Indy 500.
Something tells me I'm in for something good.
500 miles of Indianapolis.
Alex Palou is beginning to bore me. What is going on? Marc Marquez in MotoGP. Alex Palou in INDYCAR. Oscar Piastri in Formula One. Ash Sutton in touring cars. Can we just have a championship where, you know, something happens?
I don't know, but
Ollie
Prix
Rowland in
has
Formula
literally
E.
been taken over supercars this weekend as well.
Oh yeah, wasn't I supposed to be calling somebody to turn off the for the broadcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
Lap 80 of 85, and Palou gets a little bit of dust and properly slides around the corner, coming back on towards the oval.
You take over.
And continues round to the final infield part of the section. Alex Palou, Patrick Ward is 4.614 seconds back, and this is the moment that I was talking about, where he just caught the grass. And look how big of a slide he's got.
Spin it. We got so close, JT.
Look how close that was. As continuing to go down in towards turn one. This behind-the-scenes commentator cam that I've got is very, very funny at the moment, going in between the broadcast and on the phone with Megan. But here is the train forming down the start line, down in towards turn one, and I can see the white flag and checker flags will be getting ready in the next couple of laps.
2,000 viewers on that broadcast. We've had a good day. Very good. 5 to go. What do you think then, JT? Give this race a rating as we see Newgarden side by side into the braking zone. He's locked out, but he takes out his... Oh my goodness me. Did you want to say it or did I?
Sabotage.
Yeah. Rule 1, don't hit your teammate.
Rule 2, read Rule 1.
Newgarden looking to the inside line. Switcheroos. With Foster just ahead. This is the battle with him and Rosenquist. Over... Here we go, 11th place. Here we go. Foster's got up to 10th now, JT. So he's made up a great couple of places on that line. 4 to go.
Across the line, and here is Rosenquist and Newgarden. This is a pure battle as they are both out of push to pass. This is pure pace.
They are both out of push to pass. Both on 0. Palou's got 49 left. Palou Award 22, so Palou can just deploy it leisurely. He's 5 seconds ahead, though. Here it is again.
Replay.
He nearly hit the 45, actually. Whoa. So almost ran into the back.
Looked like teammates, but weren't teammates.
Yeah. See, it's easily done, isn't it? Well, like a 12 from the upper angle we got. 45 is not the best, easiest number to differentiate with. Lovely visor cap. I'm surprised the fingers didn't come out there as well. Newgarden was a bit reckless there with that lock-up. 3 laps to go then here in Indianapolis for the road course before the month of May begins again.
Since when is Jacob Abel out?
Is he? Yeah, he's out of the race, yeah. He retired early on. Who's actually out of this race?
Since when was Colton Herter out?
Right, I thought Herter was out. Right, just goes to show, don't trust timing 71, because they all say running. It's so useless. Yeah, I thought Herter was out earlier on, but I didn't want to say it. So confirmed to you, mechanical issues from the Lucas, Abel, Herter, Ericsson and Simpson. They're out of the race, GT.
Noted.
Thought we had errors. It's the timing 71, just Timing 7:21 is down. Oh, okay.
It's not working for me.
I've not got sector times.
I've not got sector times, but I've got everything else.
I have everything else bar sector times. Yeah. Okay. That's probably an error then with IndyCar's timing. That's probably why our systems have been going a bit funny on the TV broadcast as well. I bet something's wrong with timing and scoring. Still, Palou is going to win this one by a country mile going into the month of May. He's won it.
And literally everyone in Grid Network people win a games plus 1 point. Let's go.
Yeah. Palou won in 24, 23, and 20. 1, 2, 3, and now 4. 4 wins at the road course. And trying to go 3 in a row. White flag in the air here. And as usual, it's going to be Alex Palou who is on course to win here at Indianapolis. I've run out of superlatives again. He only got beat once this year. Still, Thermal, St. Pete, Thermal. Lost out at Long Beach, but came back at Alabama. Comes back here again for round 5. Is he going to take the month of May and sweep it? With the 6th round being the 500 to get his taste of the milk. Still drama going on further back as Newgarden holding off Nolan Siegel now. Well, for his 4th win at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, all on the road course, Alex Palou will now be hoping that this is the start of the Speedway treating him right. It's out of the last corner. 5. It's going to be once again. Here we go. 4 out of the opening 5 races. Double checkers. Alex Palou wins again in IndyCar. Pato O'Ward again finishes 2nd here at the Brickyard. Power 3rd. McLaughlin 4th. And Dixon 5th. Well, JT, that was predictable.
Yeah, absolutely predictable. And I see like the bottom part of my LED is turning off before the top part, but it is just a camper being the camper.
Yeah,
it isn't actually glitching out. But Alex Palou wins once again. It's a repeat of many times this season. And, well, I bet the DHL sponsorship is absolutely loving this.
They had Roman Grosjean before. And this legendary sponsorship deserved a winning driver. They have got it in Alex Palou. Chip Ganassi Racing doing a storming drive. Well, month of May time, JT. Are we looking at our new 500 winner? That's the question.
We will have to see in a couple of weeks' time.
Oh, too long. Let's check in with Fox then before we get final thoughts at the end of the broadcast. Alex Palou's your winner.
The pass. I think back to his 2023 run to the championship. I think to Dixon's 2008 run to the championship. But nothing has been quite like this.
And where do we go next? Nowhere. Just reconfigure this racetrack for the greatest race in the world, the Indy 500. James, you were here watching the open test. I watched the live stream. This was potentially the strongest car in the 2 days of testing for the big show.
Easily in my top 3 favorite as he loses concentration a bit there and drops some wheels in the grass. That was the biggest mistake he made all day, guys.
Hey, big appreciation to his teammate, Scott Dixon.
Yeah.
Does it top 5 from way back in the field. Team Penske just in front with 3rd and 4th, and Pato O'Ward in 2nd, but this is just a remarkable comparison.
Yeah, 13 starts AJ Foyt made in 1964, won 10 of them, average finishing position of 5.8, but in 5 starts, Palou's won 4, average position 1.2, just getting started. Of course, now it is the Indy 500. Palou is yet to win on an oval, but if he wins the Indy 500, What a start to the season.
It's amazing to think that a 28-year-old in his 6th season of IndyCar racing is already being compared to AJ Foyt, who raced for decades in this sport.
Let's go, baby.
He's being wheeled, of course. You say it's amazing, James, but it is a conversation that we have to have now. It has been evident for some time just how good he is, but we have to include him in the discussion of the all-time greats. We have to compare him with the AJ Foyts, with the Mario Andrettis, with the Al Unsers.
Because he's earned it. He has flat out put himself, not just in consideration, statistically, he's there delivering. Only thing he needs is more time, and he's got plenty of it in his future.
And imagine being Chip Ganassi right now. You've got this guy in your team. Another car in your stable is another guy in that same conversation in Scott Dixon, a 6-time champion, a 500 winner. He's having an incredible season for a different way. Up 36 positions so far on the season. Incredible season for a different way. Up 36 positions so far on the season. And today pulled off a brilliant one in what was his 407th start, tying the all-time record for AJ Foyt. If he takes the green flag at Indy in a few weeks' time, he will be the longest-running driver in this series, and he is still this competitive.
We should appreciate greatness in the moment. All too often, we look back and say, he was great, wasn't he? We need to look at this guy and say, he is great, isn't he? And appreciate it in the moment for what he is achieving, what he is doing week in, week out. The plaudits go to the team, of course, from the man himself, but ultimately he has to deliver, and he does.
And he does it in the slickest way with ultra precision, never a mark on his race car, never contact with another driver. It is perfection every which way you look at it.
He is Mr. Perfect. He tops the podium once again. It is 4 wins out of the first 5 races, rarefied air, and the kind of start to a season we have not seen in over 60 years.
You're good there.
Congratulating. Let's move through behind the car. Once he's congratulating.
Hugs and high fives from his crew members and the team. One announced by his team squad. He wins it by 5.4 seconds.
You know, guys, I was lucky enough to go down to the Chip Ganassi Racing shop earlier this week and was so impressed with what I saw down there. But one thing that I think really spoke to me was how lean it is down there. They make everything count to make themselves the team to beat as we get ready now for the podium celebration for Alex Palou. And, of course, the people he wants to celebrate with the most.
Just a moment, we'll be hearing from Alex Palou as he wins for a 3rd consecutive year in Indianapolis. A moment with wife and baby there, a kind of a special moment, standing by the Fox TV interview.
Back up.
Well, as they pose for photographs, we will get the podium in a moment. Guys, what a team. What a team this 10 crew is.
Well, there you guys again, JT.
Are you okay? Are you good?
I think Sky.
Fox?
I've got no idea. They've turned it off now anyway as well, which is...
What does the Fox say? Well, there it is.
It's such an impressive organization. You think of the success that they've had going all the way back to that first championship with Jimmy Vasser back in 1996. They've had champions like Zanardi, like Montoya, Franchitti, Dixon. I mean, it's been an incredible run for this organization, and now Palou adding his name to that list of incredible champions. getting the appreciation from the crowd.
And he'll smile, relax, and go to bed tonight. Not so much looking backwards. I think he will be all sights looking forward to 2 weeks from now on the eve of the greatest spectacle in racing. And this career will not be complete for him unless he wins an Indy 500. He will be so laser focused to get it done.
But when you've had this run of success, and I don't want to call it luck because he's had, let's just say, no bad luck.
Yeah.
You're almost worried going into the 500 because at some point the streak has to end. That's just statistically inevitable.
And he said that to me at the start of this week. It has to end at some point, and he knows it's coming.
I would have
He
rather,
just doesn't want it to happen in a fortnight.
I would have rather bombed today and been free and clear for 2 weeks.
Doesn't feel like it's happening anytime soon.
It doesn't.
Where I'm sitting. This is a freight train of good fortune and excellence, not slowing down.
He is on a run, an impeccable run. How unfair would it be? I almost don't want to say it. It's if he doesn't get the 500 win and people then question his overall worth, his overall achievements, if that never comes his way.
No such thing as unfair. I mean, this is a sport. This is a brutal sport. You've got to have the commitment. You've got to have the talent, the ability. You've got to have the team. You've got to have the luck. All of those things have to come together for it to go your way.
And isn't it telling to look at the condition of Award and McLaughlin? Those guys are worn out. Alex Palou looks relaxed and fresh. Palou Award did everything he could behind the wheel, but simply could not match the pace.
We talked about those last 5, 6, 7 laps when he was still pushing, saying, he was having fun in the car. He was. But the other thing he was doing is he was trying to just demoralize the competition by winning by that much.
Time for the podium. Will Power P3, Pato Award P2, but your race winner once again, Alex Palou.
And congratulations, Will Power. Now we move to our second place finisher in today's race. Let's hear it for Pato Award. And to present our second place trophy, Chief Revenue Officer from Sancio, Dave Jorganscher. Now time to welcome our Sancio Grand Prix race winner to the top step of the podium. It's Alex Palou. And to present the first place trophy to our winner, Chief Executive Officer of Sancio, David Jones. Thank you, David. Photos with the trophies for our podium finishers. And a little pyro too. How about it?
It's pyro time.
And now for our podium finishers, it's time for champagne. Well, it would be time for champagne. All right, we'll get it to you. Hang on for that. How about a hand for our podium finishers as they get ready to do the hat dance and spray a little champagne. Third place, Will Power. Second place, Pato Award. And our winner of the Sancio Grand Prix, Alex Palou.
As the podium celebrates.
Nicely done then. Right, let's get closing thoughts. JT, what have you made of this one?
Question that we all need to ask. Where's the champagne?
Yeah, I can't do my champagne time, which is probably best because I'm dead as a dodo. My voice is gone.
A couple of Middle Eastern countries will like not having champagne on the podium, but let's not get into that. Good race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy Grand Prix, and will Alex Palou's run of success run in towards the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500. The 109th run in this year. Next year, it's the all-important big one, 110th.
Cheers, JT. Go get some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the British Touring Car Championship as well. Well, there we go. We kick out the month of May. And just a reminder, our coverage will continue with Tuesday coverage starting with practice for the great race here. The
Here it is.
Spectacle in racing. And just as we leave you...
Castro Ward doesn't have any, though. This could get messy.
They're desperately trying to crack a bottle and get
Here
it
it is.
to. There we go. We'll leave you then with the noise. It's champagne time! We'll see you on Tuesday for the start of the 109th Indianapolis 500. Bye-bye.